me, 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 me. I don't like it. Me.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you out as fast as possible with DSP crying and bitching and bitching and crying about Signalis and how it's an indie game, guys, so I just need it to make me lots of money or I won't keep playing indie games, guys. Let's watch.
Portion of my first stream. And besides the fact that I got my daily contribution from 1 Minute Man, who's here pretty much every day to contribute, I made $2 on the Signalis stream yesterday. You understand? $2. Two people said, "Here, I'll toss you $1," and it wasn't even related to the game. It was just, "Hey, I'm just here. Here's $1." You see? The funny part is, I didn't even know what Signalis was. You guys told me about it, and you guys voted for it. So, if anything, now what you're seeing is a situation where you understand why usually I don't play indie games. All right? I'm not saying that indie games aren't great. They are. And in fact, there's certain cases where indie games have the ability to break through the barrier and actually get mainstream attention and actually become popular and get noticed for being great. There's been many indie games that I played over the years that I've really enjoyed. For Midnight Fight Express, notably last year, a game almost no one knew about. When I played it, I freaking loved the game. It was one of my favorite games of the goddamn year, right? But
did it make a lot of money?
10, I'm going to miss an indie game. Why? I don't hear about it. I don't know about it. And I'm usually busy with other mainstream games, correct? That's my niche. My niche is covering the big ones, going back and playing games that I missed,
games or you can't do shit.
Kind of covering the in-between, sometimes doing retro playthroughs and throwbacks, right? That's what happens. And basically, the situation I'm in here is I'm now committed to playing Signalis because I've now played it.
But I need you to get step and give me money.
I think I'm 8 hours in now, correct? Yeah, I'm 8 hours into the game. Well, the videos on YouTube aren't getting any views. And just to give you some perspective, yesterday Signalis was my main gameplay stream. Those videos have been live since roughly 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday. One of them has 175 views. One of them has 200 views. One of them does have 300 views, but the reason it has 300 views is because it was the last video, and always the last video I upload in a segment gets a boost of views. No one's watching this playthrough. No one's showing up for the streams of the playthrough, and no one's supporting the playthrough.
I wonder why.
All right? Sad. Why? I like the game. I overall do like the game. I understand what they're going for. I think it resonates and hits the right notes if you're a fan of the old school retro, survival horror formula. It's not a bad game. It's just that basically...
It's just that they're not giving you money. Now, here's all, guys, because it's an indie game that no one watches indie games. That's why this game plays doing so poorly, because no one likes indie games. Well, let's go take a look. Oh. 125,000 views. Oh, Cone Carnage? Oh, let's see. First video has, 29,000 views. I can't see because it's off stream, but... Going down. Oh, Signalis, full walkthrough, no commentary. Let's look at that. First video has 495 views, still better than DSP. Not bad for him. Oh, full playthrough though, 6.5 hours. 10,000 views. Oh, 29,000 views for episode 1. Ungodly, 10,000 views. Top 10 noob, never heard of, 11,000 views. Another thing is, like, wait a minute. This guy beat the game in an hour and 40 minutes? This guy beat the game in 6 hours and 46 minutes? This guy here beat the game in 4 hours and 3 minutes? DSP has been playing the game for over 8 hours, and he hasn't beaten it yet. 8 hours has beaten it. He's already spent double what this guy spent playing the game and hasn't beaten it yet. I wonder if maybe that's why people aren't watching. Because when this guy played the game, he played the fucking game. When DSP plays it, he walks 5 feet, looks at chat. And then what does he do? He walks 5 feet, walks at chat. Guys, 1 Minute Man gave me a $20 tip and then there's not been anything else. Don't you guys want to step it up and give me more money? Then he walks 4 or 5 feet in the game. And then he turns to chat. Guys, we just got a membership. Yay, we reached the membership goal because of email. Yay. Look at all that organic growth. Then he walks 4 or 5 feet. And then he turns to the camera. Guys, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you man to man, saying you down to your very soul. Give me money. Then he walks 5 feet. And then he turns to chat. and try to see if his begging on camera worked, and it hasn't. So then he walks 5 feet, and then he stares at chat, which is why it's taken him 8 hours to not beat a game. This guy did it in 4 hours. This guy did it in 6.5 hours. This guy did an hour and 4. What? There's no way. Even a speedrunner. No damage, survival memory ending. Damn, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Part 1 is... Oh, look at that. Part 1, 7.3k views. But no one's watching DSP's gameplay. I wonder why.
Anyone who watches my content were looking for this. They much rather would have preferred if I had played something that they were familiar with. For example, Resident Evil 0, which is the...
Or Dead Space, because the remake's coming out. Your chat even said, hey, you should probably play Dead Space because the remake's coming out. Now, guys, I'm watching someone else play it with my wife. And they're stupid because they keep going, oh, that scared me. How dare someone get into a video game and get scared by it? Not you, DSP. No, you're too manly for that. Anyways, I just love his... No one's watching it. No one watches these kind of games. No one cares about indie games, guys. No, hey, look at that. Tens of thousands of views. Tens of thousands of views. Thousands of views. Tens of thousands of views. Thousands of views. I'm beating it in 4.5 hours or 6 hours or 6.5 hours or 5 hours. Well, he's 8 hours into it and hasn't beaten it yet. And doesn't realize, like, maybe my gameplay style of walk 5 feet, stare at chat, walk 5 feet, beg, walk 5 feet, stare at chat, walk 5 feet, beg, is boring. It's impossible to watch. Which is why when I do pre-streams, I only do the pre-stream and not the actual gameplay stream because the gameplay part is so fucking boring. It'll literally put me to sleep. I just...
game that I pitted it against in a poll and would have preferred to play. All right, just being honest, I know Resident Evil 0. I've played it before. I know you guys probably would have liked it. I mean, we just did Resident Evil 1 Remake and you guys loved it. That playthrough did stupendous. It got good views. It got good support. Everyone loved it.
Good support's the only part he cares about, though.
So I almost feel like I should have just went with my gut and just played Resident Evil 0. But I let people be vocal. I let people nominate and I let people vote. And we ended up playing Signalis, all right? I can't make people like indie games. I can't. There's no way that I can convince people that a game with a low budget, inferior visuals to these big AAA titles, no real hyper word of mouth, I can't make you like it. All I can do is play it and cover it in the same way that I play any other game. I'm not playing Signalis in any different way than I covered Resident Evil 1 Remake. At all. But we got less people showing up, less people engaging, no one supporting. I can't change that. That's not on me. You know what I'm saying? It seems like among my viewer base...
It is 100% on you.
My viewer base likes a certain thing and dislikes a certain thing. I tried to listen to feedback. I tried to play what you guys wanted. I knew we only had about a week to have a game before the Dead Space remake came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so you could have played Dead Space.
So we're in a situation here where I don't think that there was a right or wrong way to do it. Because if I had played Resident Evil 0, you would have had people complaining, why did I play 2 Resident Evil games back to back? And why didn't I listen to the fans? Right? This is the double-edged sword of being a content creator. All right? Is that sometimes you will play games and they'll resonate and sometimes you won't. Sometimes it's shocking. Sometimes you'll play a game that you didn't think was going to resonate and it does. This is a case where for some darned reason that I can't really explain. Signalis has not resonated with you as an audience. All right? And it's funny because I read various different opinions on it. And some people are like, well, the thing...
Because you're so fucking boring while playing it.
...is, because the game looks so outdated or whatever, it's hard to really get into it. I don't understand that. We just played Resident Evil 1 Remake. That game certainly isn't, by modern standards, great. At the same time, I understand it's a remake. They did make better graphics or whatever for it. This isn't the original PS1 version. Maybe if I played the PS1 version of Resident Evil 1, people wouldn't have cared as much. I don't know if that's what it is or not. Maybe, you know. It could just be no one knows what the game is, and because of that, they don't want to give it the time of day. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't really explain it, but what's funny is it seems like the consensus of people who believe in comments is this game just isn't fun to watch. Okay, I guess?
Because you're not fun to watch.
Weird to me because it's very similar to Resident Evil, right? With its gameplay style, having to avoid enemies because you have limited ammo and they come back anyway. It has this building sense of tension in the plot, and you keep uncovering new logs that explain different things about what are these robots, what happened to the robots, etc., right? Like, I could keep going on and on about how it's very, very similar to Resident Evil, and now, actually, we're in a part of the game that's very, very Silent Hill-esque, and you guys seem to love Silent Hill. Any Silent Hill game I played over the years usually did really well with viewers and with everything. So
everything, i.e. money.
So Is it just that it's trying too hard to be like the classics? I don't know. Again, personally, I don't dislike it at all. I've liked it. The only real major complaint I've had about it is when they took away my map and I couldn't keep my bearings anymore. And because of that,
So it became challenging. So the game was super easy for you until then. Now you hate the game, and that's why you're bitching about it so much. Then he's not getting the tips that he wants. With that, though, I'm going to let you guys go. I just had to point out that other people play the game, they get thousands of views. He plays the game, he doesn't because he's fucking boring. And his style of walk 5 feet, beg, walk 5 feet, stare at chat, walk 5 feet, beg, is not fun. With that, though, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.